Hey, yo, what's up? This Disciple Marshall Occurrence Rain back up in this anti-Illuminati all day, anti-America all day, as you know. All right, so this message is going to be about Noah and his family and the end of the world the first time. So for some people, they don't know that there was an end of the world before. They don't know this. They think only in terms of the apocalypse to come. They're not aware of the Bible. They're not aware that there was an end of a whole entire earth of humanity before. It happened already. That's why we have the rainbow that God gave us, that He would as a symbol that He would not destroy the world by water again. A lot of people don't know that. That's what the rainbow is all about. Literal rainbows within the the earth, and it's from God. Some things you can't explain. Some people say, "Oh, water makes rainbows." Okay, okay. See how silly that sounds? Water make rainbows. Okay, but anyway, this video is going to be about Noah being the only Noah and his family being the only people saved when the end of the world came the first time. See, what Americans have is this perception that, well, God is not going to destroy us all for one man. God will let that one man die and be sacrificed for the better good of the world. He didn't do it before. God did not do it before. He killed everybody, and only Noah's family lived. And now that's why I believe in the Bible, because it makes so much sense to me. It's so real. It's definitely connected to reality and real happenings in reality and according to reality, and everything God does is just so understandable, because it's no reason, if this is God's world, and it truly is, for it to be inhabited, for people to be here, and but they don't love God. This is His world. Y'all want to live outside of God? Go to another galaxy. Go to another galaxy. They acting galactic anyway. Let them go to another galaxy. But while you're here, this is God's world, and it doesn't make sense for you to be preserved if you don't love God. If you don't love His people, you don't love God, and you're in His world, then it doesn't make sense to me for you to be here. Yeah, you got way out of line. You got way out of pocket, America. And it's no reason for you to be here anymore. That's why I ask people all the time, why should America be here? Give me one good reason why they should be here. Why? Because you're just humanity? Because you feel entitled to be here? These people are becoming more worthless day by day. Some people say, well, you can't say people are worthless. Who are you to say that? I base it on the content of what you have in you. I base it on the content of what's inside your soul. I base it on that. If ain't nothing there, you ain't nothing. Literally. And I know a lot of people don't think you got all these artificial humility perceptions, and it's not real humility. It's not real equality among humanity. You go around saying everybody's valuable. That's not facts. Was Hitler valuable? Is the KKK valuable? Is these people that's killing kids every day in the black community, are they valuable? You value them. Okay, with something that's valuable, it produces something. What are they producing? What is the KKK producing? What is the white militias producing? What is black on black crime producing? Nothing but death and destruction. So it's not valuable, and they are not valuable. Okay? I don't care how you feel about it. No, I'm really personal, okay? How you feel about it? Well, if God ended the world before and just disposed the whole world, what does that mean? They were not valuable. They had to be discarded. See, a lot of people don't know God. You think you do. You think you do. You got these your God to in your world, in these Americans' world, is like some cartoon. He's like, he's happy all the time. He's nice. God's not happy with your country. God is not smiling down on your country, buddy. I'm sorry to tell you. You have a cartoon perspective of God. That's the 7. You have a cartoon perspective of God and his kingdom. God ain't playing with nobody. Okay? And he has proven before in history to destroy a whole world, and save one family. And that's what it's coming to again. Well, who are the valuable people? Why did they deserve to be saved? Just like in Noah's time. There was Noah, and there were people that were not saved. They were not, it was no reason for them to be saved. Why are you sitting up valuing yourself? Why are you sitting up gassing yourself? There's no reason for them to be here. Yeah, I know. They got their own reasons. God doesn't see it that way. And see, what people don't understand is they think, oh, it's going to be this apocalyptic world and we're going to be running around in abandoned buildings. No, you're not. God is going to shut down all your fantasies of what you think the end of the world is going to be like. You're going to be so shocked how shut down your country is. Ain't going to be nobody running around like it's Call of Duty and / Walking Dead world. No, ain't going to be none of that. That's the stuff you see on TV that your community has made up. That's what they perceive as what the end of the world is going to be like. It's going to be way worse than you could even imagine. Okay, but I'm here to say today that don't think because you're a whole bunch of people that you're going to live. Well, we're so many people. Why would God let one man live? Go read the Bible again, ignorant folks. That's what he did the last time the world ended. That's what he did the last time. Well, I just think that it's ridiculous for us to build, for one person to be preserved and the rest of us perish. Well, that's what happened the first time. Funny how things work out, huh? Because you thought there was so many of you and that you just deserve to live. And if it comes down to this person's life in our lives, then he has to die. Well, God didn't see it that way with Noah. God did not see it that way with Noah. It was the other way around. All those people were doing what they were doing. And they probably was looking at Noah like he was a dinner plate. Well, we definitely kill him before all of us die. Noah lived and everybody else died. Noah lived and everybody else died. That's the facts. That's the absolute facts. Noah lived and everybody in the earth died. What you need to understand about that, even preachers, all you preachers, hey, you need to let people know the Bible is God's perspective. That's a 7. The Bible is how we know how God thinks. Okay, so God didn't have a problem with getting rid of all of the whole world and leaving one family. He had no problem with that. That's a 7. Why you thinking, oh well, one person is just ridiculous. We know we're gonna live and he's not gonna, well, God's perspective is, which is better than yours and greater than yours and more infinitely, if that's a word, and infinitely more powerful than yours. He felt that, hey, y'all die, he lives. Ow. Pretty sure they thought it was impossible for all of them to die, didn't they? Flood came and killed them all. It makes sense to me. It's a cartoon to you, but it makes sense to me. Ow. Yeah, you thought. See, your perspective is all these numbers of people. I don't care how many people it is. They're becoming every day by day. They're becoming more worthless through their own actions. I don't care how they look. I don't care how beautiful they are. I don't care how many kids they have. And here's the other thing. I'm rallying the preachers up. Okay, preachers, come here for a minute. Let's talk about this. Okay, when Noah was saved, right? And everybody else died. It was 8 people. It says 8 souls were saved, right? Everybody else died, right? You know, with all the world, there had to be children in the world. When Noah died, when Noah got in the ark, 8 souls in the ark, there had to be children outside the ark in the world when the flood came. They all died. It did not say, I did not read where children were raptured in the first end of the world. I didn't read anywhere where it says the children were raptured and the adults died from the flood. Look, my whole point of saying this is we have to understand God's perspective. I don't care how you try to juice it up and try to make it sweet and nice. You need to understand God's perspective. Okay, not yours, not your swing on it, not your sweetness on it. God's perspective without you sugarcoating it. That's a 7. Stop sugarcoating God's perspective. People sugarcoat stuff. We always talk about preachers sugarcoating, right? Let's talk about preachers sugarcoating God's perspective. The Bible says God's ways is not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. You know what God's thoughts was? Everybody died, Noah lives. Stop sugarcoating it. Stop trying to make it look sweet. That's what it was, that's how it is, and that's what it did. That's what the history is. Ain't no way to make that look cute. Ain't no way to make that look sweet. That's what happened. Stop sugarcoating it to make people feel comfortable. Stop sugarcoating it to make people feel like God is just so nice. And nice to them. Let's put it like that. The bottom line is 8 people were saved the first time the world ended. Everybody and children died because there was no place where it said that I read that children were raptured. Okay? They were not raptured. Which means to me, using common sense, that humanity had children God did not care. All the whole world, all their children, and all humanity died, and nothing but Noah was saved. Yeah, preachers need to know that, because you go around acting like the world, God would go. Well, God would not let all these children die. Well, He did the first time. God won't let all these people and children die for no one man. He did the first time. That's a 7. And you can't sugarcoat it, and you can't make it sound good, and you can't make it sound sweet, and that's what it is. That's where my faith is at. I got faith that all of these people will perish, and I will live. I got faith that all my family would live, and they would die. That's my faith. Yeah, I got Noah's faith. I got Noah's faith. You all will perish, sitting up talking about, and you will perish while your mouth is open talking about we gonna live with our families, and God ain't gonna kill all of us and our families and all these children. What did He do the first time? I'm not talking about how you feel about God and what you think how you think God is. We established that His ways are not your ways and His thoughts are not your thoughts. What was His thoughts on it? That all these people need to die. Children and all. And this is God's thoughts, not mine. Why you trying to act like, well, these disciple Marcello act like he want the whole world to die. He act like he want everybody to die. We can't have that. Well, ain't nothing you can do about it if God wants to do it. He did it before. He did it before. He killed the whole world and left one man. So how am I wrong? If God did it, that part, that's a 7. Yeah, you've been listening to these Sunday school teachers. That's your problem. Showing you Noah in the ark, and you missing the whole thing. You know what part you missed? While you was listening to your Sunday school teacher showing you the cartoon versions of Noah, you know what you missed? Where everybody else was at? Where was everybody else? Outside the boat. What happened to them? You know the other part you missed? God saved one family and killed everybody else. That's a 7. One family, not a host of family, not different tribes, not different ethnicities. Oh, that's good. Because a lot of y'all think your ethnicity is so special, you can't die either. Well, you think your ethnicity is so sweet and special that you can't die, that your tribe can't die. Well, God saved one family. He didn't even save a whole tribe. That's a 7. Yeah, that's for all these people walking around here acting like they're the God gift to the world. He'll wipe you out. He saved one family. That's not a tribe. Last time I checked, that's not a whole ethnicity or race of people. 8 people were saved. 8 people are not a whole tribe and ethnicity of people. So back to understanding God's thoughts versus our thoughts. His thoughts is, hey, I don't have to save a whole tribe. I'm not saving a whole ethnicity of whether they be black, white, or anybody. I'm saving this family, and all the rest of y'all can die. That's what happened. I'm paraphrasing based on the actions of God. I'm paraphrasing based on the actions of God. God did not save a whole ethnicity. God did not save a whole race of people. And so for arrogant black people and for arrogant white people, you need to understand what happened the first time the world ended. God did not save a whole tribe. That's a 7. Ow. A whole tribe is 8 people. That's not a whole race of people. That's not a whole race of black people. That's not a whole race of white people. He saved a Pacific family. Okay, they had to be an ethnicity, but if God was trying to save per se an ethnicity, then He would have saved the whole ethnicity. Did He save a whole race of people? Did he save a whole tribe of people? I'm trying to get you from. I'm trying to make you ungas yourself. Stop gassing yourself. Stop gassing your race, whether you're black or white. God saved one family. He didn't save a whole race of people. Why you sitting up thinking, well, we'll be here. Well, the first time God did not save a whole race of people, did He? He saved 8 people. That's not a race of people. If the insinuation of God, if the insinuation in the first time the world ended was God saving a race of people, then it would have been a whole tribe of people. It would have been more than 8 people. It would have been the same ethnicity of Noah. That's a 7. He would have saved that whole ethnicity of Noah. Everybody that had the same ethnicity of Noah would have been saved if the intention was to save a certain race of people. That's a 7. What God did was just save His man. He saved His servant. He saved His servant and His people, and He did not save an ethnicity or a tribe of people. That's what people need to know now. Because they think, well, God's going to save us. God's going to save black people. You sure about that? Are you gassing yourself? No, I got to do this. It's a hard job, but I got to do it. Because there's some people walking around here thinking they entitled to live because they black. We original man. We going to live in regardless. You sure about that? Are you positively sure about that? Where we're white people, look at what we did in the world. It's obvious that we're superior to everybody else. So we know we're going to live. You sure about that? In spite of all the stuff you built, you sure you're going to live? When God didn't even save a whole race of people the first time, you think He's going to save a race of people this time? That's a 7. You think God is going to save a race of people this time, and He didn't do it the last time the world ended? See, for some of you, you don't know. The world ended before. The world ended before. Okay, this is the second time the world is about to end. And a lot of you think, our ethnicity, black people, we the original man. We gonna be here, and God's gonna get rid of the white people. You sure about that? Let's go by God's thoughts, right? The Bible shows us God's thoughts, right? Let's go by that and not your biased perceptions. Okay? What we do know for sure is that God did not save a tribe of people. He did not save a race of people, whether they be black, whether they be white, or any other race. When the world ended, why you thinking He cares so much about you, your particular race, whether it be black or white, whatever race it is. The first time the world ended, He didn't save a race of people, a Pacific race of people. He saved His servant and his family, and that's it. And guess what else? For all you people that think God would just let the children live, well, they didn't. I'm pretty sure all those other people had children out there. I'm pretty sure it wasn't all adults that died in the flood. That's a 7. I'm pretty sure it wasn't all adults. It was teenagers. It was everything in between. And they all died. And guess who only lived? 8 people. Use your brain. If the whole world ended, if there was a whole world of people that died, they had to have children there. They didn't have children. It wasn't teenagers with aspirations and dreams. That part, that's a 7. Because you talking about what you talking about, well, he can die. This person can die when it comes to my children and their dreams. God didn't care about your children, the people's children and dreams in Noah's time. He did not. God did not. Teenagers died. Children died. Everybody died. So you got a cupcake for a brain. You got a cupcake for a brain. It's sweet through and through. God's going to save the children. You got a cupcake for a brain. You're sweet to a fault. You go around with this sweet perspective on everything. Well, this was not a sweet situation. Noah lived and everybody else died. Aspirations died. Dreams died. Talents died. Strong men died. Children died. I'm trying to show you God's perspective. His ways are not your ways. His thoughts are not your thoughts. And guess what? His ways is going to manifest. His thoughts are going to manifest. And your thoughts and your ways are going to perish. That's a 7. Yeah, I know you don't like it, but you in God's world. Don't you forget it, buddy. Yeah, I know. These Americans got haughty. They forgot they're in God's earth, God's world. Yeah, you forgot about that part, didn't you? You can't wish God away, buddy. Atheism does not dissolve God. Atheism doesn't make God go away and be in the corner, buddy. That's a 7. Oh, you thought your atheism ways was gonna? You thought atheism was gonna make God go in the corner and be silent? I'm sorry, buddy. You're full of yourself. Full of yourself. You thought it was me, it's you. When you can sit up and think you're gonna live at all costs, and you think you're gonna just live, and you think God's servant is gonna die for you to live, and you worthless, and you're worthless. Well, if God killed all those people the first time, I don't think they were valuable, were they? You think they were valuable people? Why they died then? See, when it comes to the end of the world, most people are invaluable. I know you don't want to hear that, do you? When it comes to the end of the world, when it's time, by the time it's here, most of the people are just not valuable people. I know. You think you sit up with this self-righteous attitude that you're better than me, valuing everybody. Well, I value everybody. I beg to differ. I don't think you value everybody. I don't think you do it. I can show you how you don't do it. I can show you how you don't do it. Just take a look around. America does not even value its own citizens. That's a 7. Well, everybody ain't in the same situation to have the same outcomes in America, now do they? But why you got at the same time, simultaneously, you have a self-righteous attitude like you value everybody, and America has showed a history of not doing so. But you go around saying it. Well, I value everybody. I value humanity. Your government ain't valuing everybody, and your government ain't valuing these kids with 44 states with child marriage. Now, are they? Well, you can't say you're valuing children, but then you got 44 states marrying children. How are you valuing children when you got 44 states marrying children? See, I'm bringing you back down to earth. This is not my opinion. These are the facts. And like I told you guys before, I don't care if it's with parental consent or not. It's the fact that it's a possibility. It's a legal possibility for people to marry children in America right now in 44 states. And you talk, while y'all saying y'all as a community, as a collective community, value children. How you value children when you got 44 states marrying children? Explain that. Make it make sense. Make it make sense now. Make it make sense how you value children as a community when you got 44 states with child marriage. So I don't want to hear anything about people talking about the aspirations for their children and valuing children in our community. When you got 44 states marrying children, that's a joke. You a joke, man. Stop playing with me. Sitting up here a full whole joke. Thinking God won't wipe you out. He did it before. And you sitting up here hollering, well, the kids what? When you marry them in 44 states. That part, that's a 7. You don't talk about nothing but about the kids until you get rid of 44 states marrying children. 44 states in America with child marriage. Until then, I don't want to hear about that, man. I'm too educated. I don't want to hear about it. All I'm telling you is get rid of the self-righteous attitude. Stop acting like you value the children and you value humanity. You don't do it. You haven't been doing it in this country. And now you act like that's what you are. You act like you're a country that values humanity and the children. That's foolishness. You got 44 states married children. That's facts and reality. You never practice equality with your laws and your system and your culture with different ethnicities outside of the white Americans. So you come on, stop acting like it. Come on, stop acting like you value humanity outside of the white Americans and that you value children. Stop, man, come on, stop all this. With all this racism, you got 44 states married children. You don't value humanity and you don't value the children. So don't come in my face acting like I'm doing something wrong. When you got 44 states married children, I'm doing something wrong? Or you? Who is it? Who's doing something wrong? Me or them? I want to know who's doing something wrong. Okay? Let's get out the cartoon world. Who's doing something wrong to people? Who's doing something wrong? Yeah, I'm in the real world. Feels good. And like I said, God wiped everybody out the first time. He definitely did that. That's facts, whether you want to accept it or not. He did it before. He'll wipe out all these people and save one man and his family. You better recognize that.